Hello! Hello, everyone! You have no idea how much I love... oh, the music's a little low. Let me amp it up a little. Yeah, okay. I think that's okay. You have no idea how much I love seeing all of the shrimps in chat. Because it's like... I just imagine like a bunch of shrimp feels like sweeping in like... Woo, woo. Excuse me, con permiso, I'm coming in. Hello guys, thank you so much for joining today. I see Buddy, hello Buddy. I see Abraham, hello Abraham, welcome. I see Days, oh hello Days, welcome. Yana Neru, hi Neruru, Newubu. And my amiguito Wencito, hola Wencito, Wencito. And Fred, hi Fred, hello. And of course, my one and only white knight, Aegis. Hello wife. Thank you so much for joining guys. Today, I'm gonna be doing, it's an art collab. I know, I am so sorry, I am so embarrassed. I worded the announcement on Twitter as if the Madeline-chan herself is gonna be here. but no, I am so sorry. She will not be appearing on this occasion. On this occasion. Who knows what the future might have in store. I don't even know myself. But yeah, it's an art collab that she reached out to me about. Poof, I can't. I am very happy. I don't think I can begin to explain how much I'm a fan of Madeline-chan. I've been following her for years. I'm pretty sure I've been following her before the pandemic. And at my lowest points, where, you know, random Poppy fact, I was about to drop out, like, doing art and things like that. I was gonna stop. And through my lowest points, it just made me really happy seeing her art and seeing how she drew almost every day, and she seemed to never run out of ideas. I admired her a lot. We got to be following each other on Instagram by fate when I started drawing again. And ever since, she's been interacting so much with me, and I always get so panicky. Madeline, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. I always get so flustered. You know, she comments on my drawings and she reposts it, and I never know what to say because I'm like, oh my god, this is real. This is real. So when she messaged me, she shared a little funny image. I'm gonna put it right here on Instagram, and she was like, hey, collab idea, maybe? And I was like, ah! You know, I screamed in my room for a little bit. I went, ah! And yes, of course, then I said, of course, yes. I asked her what was up, right? And she told me, oh, let's just find a pose that we like a base. And, you know, we can draw, each of us can draw our own OCs hanging out. Are you listening to this? Are you listening to this? We're not drawing the DLC. We're not drawing Natsuki, right? Because it's our favorite character. We're drawing our OCs hanging out. I have peaked. I have peaked. I am very, very happy. Hi, Roya. Welcome. Fee. Yeah. These are the shirts. And in the end, she let me, you know, pick up a couple pose bases on Pinterest, and I sent a couple, and we decided on this one by Fish in a Balloon from Pinterest. I'm actually gonna share with you in case you also want it. You wanna use it. It's free to use base. Obviously, we're both gonna be really happy. I just really like this one because of the height difference being really clear. This is just Poppy fangirling the stream. Yes. I'm supposed to be drawing Poppy, right? But I would also have no problem just drawing both of them. Just I love Madeline's OC, Koneko-chan. I love it. Pink is my favorite color, despite me being all red. Pink is my favorite color, and Koneko-chan, which is Madeline's chan, is all pink, and I love it. And she's also like a kitty, and when she's not a kitty, she's also like a cool tan Gyaru girl. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm also cool and tan. Maybe not Gyaru, but I'm also cool and tan. We have so much in common. Time to paint your OC pink. Oh, I wonder how that would look. A pink shrimp, I guess, like the flamingo song. I probably would have been a flamingo if I were all pink, and I would eat a lot of shrimp. But flamingo are known for their good posture, right? So that they don't fall out. So that's never gonna work. So yeah, I am obviously this tall person, super hunched. This is, if you're looking at this right now, this is how I stand in real life. So yeah, let's begin. Let's do the clap. Let's begin. That was a back clap. How are you guys? I am a little bit ill. I went to the movies yesterday. We went to see the new Mortal Kombat movie. It was meh. I've forgotten everything about the first one. Apparently it came out in like 2021. Like, it's been 6 years. I didn't remember shit. But Kitana was very pretty. I like Kitana. I like seeing Kitana. And at the movies, I ate something. I'm not sure if it was the popcorn or if it was the cheese, the nacho cheese or something. But something just made me feel extremely ill. I hope you feel better. I feel way better right now. In case you didn't know, the Popi suggestion for when you're feeling ill in your tummy and you don't know what to eat because you feel like everything you're gonna throw up. I had some gummies and I ate those, but it was like lifesaver gummies. Any sort of like starchy food will make sure to like even out your stomach a little bit. So I ate a bunch of gummies for breakfast, and then I actually had, you know, actual in Mexico it'd be like comida, in the United States it'd be like lunch, but it was like the biggest meal of our day today. She had like 50 pounds of lifesavers. My tummy, if I jump right now, you can hear them go full of lifesavers. I think these lines are very thick. This dynamic actually comes by at a really funny time, no? With the whole thing about the art fight people just straight up banning 3D models and bases because they call it tracing. I thought it was really weird. I always thought art fight, I mean, I know that maybe no artist who's actually professional probably has time for art fight, right? It's like probably a bunch of like kids or people who started doing it when they were young, and now it's like tradition to do it, right? And they make time for it. But for some reason, the mods of art fight decided to just straight out ban from this future competition coming up the usage of 3D models, reference photos as well. Like, you can't take not even like other people's reference photos. Like, they put on that you cannot use photos that you took of yourself to like reference your drawings. Well, reference, yeah, but not trace. And then it was like bases as well, and obviously, you know, the AI and stuff. All of this was like put together AI. Like put with AI, alongside AI, as if using 3D models was like the same thing. I think this ear is a little bit too open. Has to be a little bit more close. I thought I read that and I thought it was insane. I have a friend who's really into art fight, Solis. I'm not sure if Solis is here right now. He's never used like 3D models, I think, like that or anything, but he's really into art fight and he's always told me about it. I've always thought it was a lot of effort, right? And really tough. back when it was really big, I was still in college, and I just couldn't make time for it. And it's good to know that now, as a working person, I will also not be able to make time for it. I think the usage of 3D models is very important for a lot of people to like save some time, especially when you're like, you know, already working either as an illustrator or that already has like a workflow, or a person with a normal like day job. I thought it was really, really weird. Kira Nuki, oh hello Kira! Welcome! I guess it's a knowledge check contest now. I mean, I get it. Back in the day when I started doing commissions, like super, I started doing commissions like, let me hunch my head so I can like kinda see where my okay, yeah, it'd be like this. When I started doing commissions, I was of the idea that the client always knew what they wanted, right? So I used to ask for a very on-point reference, and I would be very nervous to deviate from it, right? Because in my head, it's like, my client is paying me specifically for this thing right here. And if I don't give it to them, then you know, they're not gonna like the drawing and stuff. So I did my best to always like be really, really careful following the reference to a T. And I actually got in trouble once with a Japanese artist. I mentioned, you know, that my client asked for this specific pose from this specific drawing that she had done. I don't know if you guys were there at that point, following me, or if you managed to like hear a little bit of it. But the point was that I tagged the creator, obviously. Hi, Resortito! Welcome! Because I thought, I was like, oh yeah, well, you know, I followed the reference. I didn't trace it. I just follow it directly because it's what my client wanted. And I thought that would like exonerate me from any like wrongdoing back then. The Japanese artist kind of freaked out too much on me. Like, I think I gave credit and that should have been enough. And to be fair, I am of the idea that no one really owns poses. Right? Like, so the bare minimum that someone can do if you use their drawing as pose, it's like reference, like it's credit them, right? The artist did not like it at all, and it turned into a whole thing. I was very, very like, I felt really bad, even though, you know, I went, okay, I publicly went, okay, you know, I tried to do, this is what my client wanted. I thought it'd be enough. You can't copyright poses, so, shalala. But now that some time has passed, I'm like, I can't believe I did that, right? And I can't believe there's so many artists also doing that, because when somebody commissions you, yes, maybe they want, they know exactly what they want. But not, I don't know, not really. The saying that, you know, the client always knows what the client's always right. I need to do like a skeleton on this face because my body is way too small and it's not gonna look really good. You know, your client will not always know what you want, what they want. Sorry. And so when they commission you, is more so a thing of like, hey, can you do this for me, kind of thing. And, you know, I want to see it in your style. I want to see how you come up with it, right? Not necessarily that they want you to follow something to a T. They want to see how you draw it in your style. If somebody's commissioning you, it's because they want to see you do it. And so ever since then, I haven't had a lot of commissions because they're really heavy on me. But ever since then, I stopped taking, like, translating their ideas to paper exactly, right? It's not that they want to see it exactly. At that point, nowadays, if someone knows exactly what they want, that they want that much of, like an accuracy, the AI generating the prompt. Yeah, like if they already know what they want and the colors and everything, at that point they could just use AI for it, right? Not that I'm saying that I condone AI for things like that, but it's like, you know, to put it into perspective, if someone goes out of their way to pay you to interpret their idea, it's because they want this person wants to see how you do it, not that they want to see you copy it in your style or anything. They want to see how you solve it, right? So nowadays, for my own commissions and stuff, I only do like just normal reference, as in if I have no idea how something looks or things like that, I try to pose it myself. I try to come up with like the composition and the feeling of the drawing rather than the pose itself. But yeah, it's like, no, I haven't used heavily traced reference in a while. And I can see the people that say that tracing reference is like detrimental, even if it's a 3D model and not necessarily you copying another artist's style or drawing. But I also think that if you already know how to use your base, right, and you are not like just relying on it too much other than to speed up your process, I don't see why it should be like just canned like that. Like I said, you know, like if you have the time to draw all of these things despite, you know, your job or your college or something like that, that's awesome. But not a lot of people do. And to me, straight up outlawing it just feels like it's gonna be less people participating in art fight today, right? It's not gonna be as populated as it once was. I don't know, that's my opinion anyway. I think you're not the one that should be policing what people do with their art for fun. For commissions, maybe we can get there, right? But for fun, how they do it in their free time and stuff, I don't think we should be telling people what's the correct way to draw. I think tracing is detrimental for only beginners. Yes and no. Lots of people start tracing, right? I started not tracing, but copying like cartoons and things like that when I was a kid, right? When you get really good at tracing, that's when you have to start making the leap to drawing things on your own brain, right? Because that's exactly, I think it's not detrimental to beginners, it's detrimental to intermediate artists. Because once you do it, you can get really good at it and no one will know that you're tracing it, right? So at one point, whenever you want to draw something from your own brain and stuff, you can get really discouraged because you can't actually draw, right? All you did was trace a drawing, and you trace really well and you can make it into your style and stuff, but you know, you don't know how to draw it yourself from your brain. So I think that's when it's the most detrimental. And I think it's what's happened to a lot of artists that I've known, for example, that I followed. Suddenly, it's pretty obvious that they start using AI for their drawings. And it's like, man, what happened to you, right? Because when you're good at tracing, there's no... And you know, you can trace something like AI, which has virtually like... It's pretty much only empirical if people will notice. No one can tell. Absolutely no one can tell, and it can look like you're drawing every day and that you're drawing really cleanly all the time, right? And you're having no problems, and no one can ever tell. But at that point, it's like, okay, then why do you draw? Why are you drawing? Why are we doing this? What are we playing at, right? I don't like these fingers. They look a little too sausagey. Roya asks, what was the most commissions that you had? Poof. I think the most I've ever had, and this is probably rookie numbers for someone that does commissions like on the regular. I think I was juggling around 5 or 6. When I do commissions, I usually stop drawing for myself because I feel really bad, you know. I'd be like, if I have time to be drawing for myself, my clients are gonna be asking, why aren't you finish my drawing faster? Maybe that's bad. I've come to learn right now that there's artists that take like way too long. I started taking my time a little more, and I still felt really, really bad. Right? It's just no one prepares you for the fact that well, it's more like there's a lot of people out there that think that drawing, especially now, there's like a whole thing about artists for VTubers waiting for like 2 years for their drawing and stuff, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's an exaggeration. But I swear to God, there's a bunch of people who think that drawing is just drawing lines on a page, and that it has like no mental exhaustion. And all I have to say to those people is like, it shows that you've never drawn in your life. Because drawing is extremely, extremely like straining to your brain. I'm looking at my own finger right now. To be able to get this hand right. Drawing is extremely like tiresome for your brain and for your mind, and I end up exhausted always after I've completed a big drawing or a big commission. It's not just putting lines on a page or that knowing how to draw is gonna make it like it's gonna make it faster, but it never makes it easier because every commission is different. So yeah, I stopped doing commissions because I started getting really tired and I couldn't draw what I wanted to draw. And you know, I wanted to stop drawing altogether and stuff. So I stopped doing them for a while. I haven't opened them in a while again. I'm doing more of like if I ever open them, I do them like once, 2 a month or something like that. And I think that's really helped a lot. I still think these fingers, I think the hand overall is too big. Let's change that. Same, I tried to keep one comp to at a max at a week. I don't like drawing for myself with having a comp to do. Yeah. And it makes it really difficult. And I know there's also a lot of artists like that. You know, that I see that I follow and I see them post, oh, I'm sorry, I'm still juggling commissions, right? I'll be back soon, or I'll draw something soon. And I at least for me, it's way too tiresome to think, okay, I have to keep posting on my account to keep all of my fans like all of my fans. All of the people all of my followers, you know, updated on what I'm doing and things like that. But I also have to do commissions, and it's like super tiresome. I personally can't. I also have a shrimp day job at the shrimp factory. Well, not a shrimp factory, more like shrimp corporate. So it's like, when am I supposed to find the time to be rested and be able to create? Because creating is my way to unwind from my already, like, normal day job. And in the end, I've kind of decided that I don't want to make art like my main job. I want to keep it as my happy unwinding time. Creating and stuff. I'm more into art trades nowadays and collabs, for example. I think that's helped me keep sane. Maybe if the streams go good enough, I'll consider. I think these fingers now are too long. If the streams go good enough, I'll consider doing more commissions like full time. Maybe that would be awesome. I think, and I could talk and I could stream them, and you know, we could all be here together and stuff. But for now, while I still hold my shrimp job, I kinda can't. It's too much. It's too much. My little shrimp brain can't hold on that much power and information. I'm drawing my long nails. I'm drawing long Poppy for this drawing. Best advice is to give time for breaks. Oh yeah, but sometimes breaks are like not enough. I have a bunch of commissions right now, and my parents expect me to finish them all in a week. I'm telling you, they think all we do is like draw lines on a rectangle and call it a day, and it's like no, absolutely not. I like this hand. Okay, layer anyway. I have 2 comms to do, but luckily the commissions are really nice and understanding as I went on a training arc. Oh yeah. I love when that happens, when people kind of surprise you and they go, "Hey, no worries, I understand," and stuff, and it feels really nice, very sweet of them, because, you know, I don't know how much you charge for your commissions, but my commissions, I know they're not, you know, $2. Obviously, it's hard and money from people who saved up specifically so that they could commission me, right? So I wanna make sure that I do my best, and when they're understanding like that, right? It's a really good feeling. It's very sweet. I was thinking we can all have one stream where we can just watch funny videos. Oof. Oh man, I'm not sure. I'd be too nervous. I've seen that a lot of streamers do it and stuff, but I'd be too scared of like having them or not really knowing what kind of videos they are, you know? I've seen streamers do where their audience, right? Their chat sends like drawings videos and stuff, and then it's like some vile stuff and they have to stop the stream for a while. I'm not sure. I'll have to research on how to be able to do it in a way that's harmless. I feel like I'm pushing it with this week's, you know, the next stream is gonna be Gardic phone. If you wanna join, be sure to be on the Discord, because that's where I'll be sharing the links to join the Gardic phone session. Only certified shrimps are allowed to enter, just to, like I said, keep it safe and stuff. Hey, and I can do this with Poppy, and then she can be like pulling the shirt a little embarrassed. I think this ribcage is too wide. I have to thin it out. This. One day I should have my commissions open. Oh yeah, just, you know, be careful. There's lots of clients, lots of scams as well. There's different types of clients. You just have to be sure that you know your worth, and that commissioning or opening yourself for commissions, you're putting yourself out there. I'm gonna get off, guys. Keep up the great work, Poppy. I appreciate everything you do for all of us. Thank you so much, Roya. Everything you guys do for me. Just the fact that you're here and that you took your time to say hello. Thank you so much. It's all that you do for me. I hope you have a good night, because I think it's night over there where you live. Discord. Oh yeah, I have a Discord. Where is the Discord? Let me get the link. It's also in the description. The description below. I'm gonna pin it. Shrimp Tank Discord. You should join. We have lots of shrimp emoji. There we go. You should come. We have lots of shrimp emoji that I took time to curate, and there'll be many more. The bad posture follows me everywhere. All right. Bam, 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 bam. I hope this one looks good. I am very nervous. I really wanted to make it look good so that Madeline can be happy with the fact that we collabed. I wanna do and open so many more collabs with you guys as well. There's nothing more that I love than drawing, and drawing with friends is another good feeling. How did the shirts look? They were just like black t-shirts, okay. I was thinking, because her shirt would technically be like the shrimp calling, that my shirt should be like a car, the car calling, like the meme for cats, right? Where they call them cars instead of cats. Because she's not really a fee. I am a shrimp, but she's not a fee. A fee eater. She's a kitty cat. So I was thinking maybe I could change that for her shirt, for my shirt. That's supposed to be referencing her. Really hard to keep shirt colors like proportionate. Ever since I started doing this style where it's a little bit less careful and more like, instead of me trying to like get all of this with one stroke, I just do it. I just like chop it into little pieces, and I feel like it helps making things look a little bit more real, because that's how things look in real life. Nothing is ever perfect line art and stuff. Of course, I envy a lot of people that can do line art and stuff super clean and it looks super nice. But I can't. I am not one of those people. I hate doing line art. And I even have it in like my commissions sheet. I said line art is the part where I take the longest. So if you see a lot of like fast progress on your drawing, to sketch and things like that, don't be excited, because I'm gonna take a long time on the line art alone. Collabs are fun. My training arc is for a collab. Oh, nice. What are you training on right now? Maybe we could help in the Saturday streams that we have, where we give art tips and stuff on how to better your art right now without needing to spend 4 hours studying something else. Of course you should, right, if you're into that, but it's little things little tweaks that you can have for your drawings. I think it's like this. I'm gonna make it really long, like this. Then like this. You're too smart. Line art is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Anatomy, how clothes fall on the body, face structure and style. Oh yeah, we can totally do that. If you join the shrimp tank, or if you tag a post of a drawing that you want us all to look at and review, and you hashtag it with Poppy Help, we can talk about it on stream. We've already had 2 streams like that. I've had a lot of fun, and I think the people who've sent in their drawings have found it really, really, a learning experience. It's also nice to notice things that you never thought of before, right? Sometimes what your drawing needs, a lot of people think that the reason why they're drawing, when they're drawing for social media, doesn't do the likes is because of technique, when most of the time is because they lack certain things that help, 1, catch attention, and 2, retain it, which is contrast and storytelling. I think it's what I would say. It's the number 1 things that are the 2 things that artists usually don't think about when they're drawing, and they have no idea the impact that they can have. There we go. This for whoever draws with line art. I'm sorry. I'm not. They got themselves into that mess. I can't join on Saturdays. I'm usually working those days. Don't worry. I mean, the bot is gonna be there, and if not, I can clip it for you if you'd like. It might take a little bit. I can agree to that. Also drawing alongside because it's fun. Honestly, I chalk it up to the way you set up your posts. I've gotten bangers on bad arts and dots on good art. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of like fighting with the algorithm and finding out your niche and things like that. Not a lot of people know, right? Because it's like so antithetical to what we've learned. Those of us who have been on the internet since the 2000s, using too many hashtags right now is bad. It's bad now, right? You would think that it helps your post get seen more and stuff. But if you use more than 2 hashtags, most of the time, you're gonna be like flagging yourself as a bot. On Instagram, Instagram already reduced the hashtags that you can use to only like 5 or 6. Like, and on Twitter, if you have a post with more than 2 hashtags, it just doesn't get pushed. Because apparently it's a thing that bots have used, right, to get all of the spam and stuff get visible. So hashtags are now a bad thing. As a millennial, I was really surprised to hear this. The thought that hashtags now for some reason are a bad thing. I couldn't believe it. So I had to train myself to literally only think of 2 hashtags and trust in my drawing and trust in my post to get the visibility that it needs. Because yeah, it's like no too many hashtags and you look like a bot to the algorithm. Lord knows I've seen Sorry struggle, poor fella. It's 5 for Instagram. Yeah, Instagram already toned it down to 5. Yeah, it's a rat's race, right? When you're a social media artist to be able to get your likes and stuff. But again, like I said, most of the time it's not even your technique. Like it's not because you're drawing wrong or your drawing looks ugly or anything. It's because you're not connecting with your audience. And I used to do that a lot when I was starting out as a social media artist. I used to think, oh, drawing a pretty girl, it's all it takes, right? But no, it's way more. Would my leg be up here? No, I think it'd be already down. I should draw a little bit of my skirt so it doesn't look too naked. It's like I said, it's not because you have to change your art style or anything. Or because you're bad at anatomy. Because we have a lot of good artists, right? I see them all the time, especially in Japan. There's a lot, like in the Japanese side of Twitter, there's a lot of good artists that draw amazing, super like proportionate, and their drawings are rendered beautifully, and they just don't get past 100 likes. And it's because of the way they frame their drawing. Because they're being a social media artist nowadays means that you can't just post and leave. You have to, interact with your audience, make a little bit of fun in your posts and stuff. The other day we were talking about this on Saturday on the streams, right? And the ways that you can, I wouldn't say bait, but encourage people to interact with your art. Lots of people go to rage bait, like Kylary, or Hot Diggity Demon at some point, right? Many people go to like the super sexual parts and become a not safe for work artist. And then there's a bunch that all they do is just have good storytelling. Like Ryan Art, for example. And I've talked a lot about her art on the other stream. You would think that she's like not safe for work artist, but no, what she does is actually really classy. All of her drawings tell a story. All of them have dialogue, right? They're never explicit in a way that's like too much not safe for work. The way she does this is that her message with her drawings is that she flirts with the viewer. And I think that's genius. It's beautiful, right? All of her drawings is about the dokis flirting with the viewer, the person that's watching. Not even MC, not even some character. It's the viewer. And that's one way that you can like generate your loyal audience. Because you're literally forcing them to be part of your drawing, something that they can't ignore, and that leads to them sharing it and stuff. I'm late again. I'm about to crash out. You're not late, Alice. Welcome. Likes come and go, so I don't worry about it. If I get a banger, great. If not, well, lol, gotta keep drawing. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. Don't chalk it up to your art or, oh, my art is lacking or something like that. Most of the time is just something in the algorithm didn't go well at the time of day. Grok didn't like it. We were also talking, right, for those who joined the stream on Saturday, that the white backgrounds nowadays help Grok identify who's in the image, and it can push it to more people. That's why the AI farm accounts are like super popular, super fast, because all they do is draw the character on a white background. So it's really easy for Grok to identify, oh, this is Natsuki from the DLC. Oh, this is Frieren from Frieren Journeys Beyond End. And they push it to all of the people. Whereas if you draw a more traditional like background and stuff, the algorithm has a little bit of a harder time knowing what it is, and it goes with the tags. And it kind of tanks your visibility a little bit. Lots of things to consider. Hey, there you go. I love it. She looks so awkward. This is just me in real life. This is me. If me and Madeline actually met, I'd be like, hi, what's up? So happy. Like those people that go to conventions and they cry when it's time to like meet their idols, their meet and greet for celebrities and stuff. And instead of having a cool photo, they're like crying and stuff. That's gonna be me. This is me in this picture. Maybe not crying. I think crying would. I don't want to make it awkward for Madeline. But if this was all up to me, Poppy would be like this, like ah, just crying, super flustered. That'd be just me. And Madeline over here. So sweet. I know, she still needs to draw her part. Oh, I just noticed that the ears are like super different. Let me... This ear should be a little bit higher. There. Because the face is like looking down. Ah, phooey. I gotta give up my gradients and splatter to make things blow up. Try it! Try it! I think it's a good reminder now to say the advice that I give, right? If all of it worked, like I would be following it perfectly, and I would have like 50,000 followers, and I would be working with HoloLive or something. I don't know. But most of the things is like you just have to try and see for yourself. Because what works with a certain kind of art style may not work for another kind of art style. Things like that, right? So, in the end, yes, your art style does matter, but it's not the one and only reason, right? Why your drawings aren't going as big as you want them to. There's a lot of talk also about not even render quality, but finish. If your drawing looks finished or not. And it's also like super crazy because so many of the whip work in progress sketches drawing, right? Like with the screenshot, just like this, like right out of Photoshop, go viral and things like that. It's like, honestly, you just have to try it and see what works for you. I can't necessarily tell you, oh yeah, this is gonna work perfectly. Been thinking about doing commissions, big shrimp, says Anita. Oh yeah, you should. You should. Be careful setting up your PayPal. It will dox you. So make sure that, you know, you trust the person that's commissioning you and everything. I think there's lots of people that have commissioned me, and Lord knows that they have my information and they could come look for me. Or expose me. But I know they won't because they're good people. Use business. Well, it depends. In Mexico, they ask you for a specific like business, like security number, social security number, like for tax purposes and stuff. Like I'd need to go to the government agency that does the businesses and stuff like that. And I would need to say I want to open a business, and I have to grab documentation and everything. Like in Mexico, the business thing doesn't really work. Accounts made a while back can work, but I tried changing mine to business, and it asked me for like a business social security number. I think that'd be like the translation. RFC, the one that every person has to like pay taxes and stuff. So yeah, that's not in a bunch of countries it doesn't work. So it depends on your country. The United States has it nice. I think in the UK as well, it doesn't matter if you're actually a business or not. Ah, darn, that's lame. Yeah, it's not great. It's not the best. Something doesn't look right. I think this color is a little bit too popping out. Too much popping out. Like we need to see a little less of it. Like this. Since I won't get money for summer break, and so, well, I've been thinking of doing that. So I think my expensive will be pretty far at $2,000. I need the Angry Birds merch. No, Owls, don't make the same mistake I did. I sold myself back in the pandemic. It was one of the reasons why I wanted to stop creating as well. It got me like so down. So down in the dumps. I did a very ugly fetish art commission. And it was an animation, and it took me like a month and a half to finish it, and I was miserable. I just did not have the stomach for it. So don't accept big projects for not safe for work until, and you know 100% that you're gonna be okay and you're gonna be able to finish it. Because like I said, I sold my hands. Then I don't necessarily regret it, but it taught me that I wouldn't do it again at all. And if it was a smaller project, I could have just refunded and gone with my life and not had to finish it. But since it was a large, it was like a $400 Canadian dollar commission. I couldn't just give up the money and stuff. Like at that point during the pandemic, we needed it. Me and my wife, all we were eating was Uber Eats. So we were short of money. COVID depression is real. So yeah, just be careful. There's also a lot of people that will try taking advantage of you because, you know, you're new to the fetish art and stuff. Just research a little more, experiment with doing it, right? And just don't give the full send until you're 100% completely sure that you're totally okay with doing them like that. Because, like I said, it's a dangerous path you're walking. I think that works. That works. She looks so long and awkward. I think I'll make this part a little bigger here for the waist. For the hips, it actually has to be a little lower, like around here. With the legs as well. Because yeah, I am pretty thin, but I am also not that thin. I am long and built like Shaggy, but not to that degree. Not to the degree that I look like Slenderman. Valid reason. I know the moment I will do commissions, I will see the funny guy with the Sonic hat doing what he does best. You can always trust on Sonic. Sonic Speed1, my goat. He was the very first person that commissioned me for DDLC, actually. It was really good. That's how we became friends and everything. Quite frankly, I just mentally check out and then fuck it, we ball the whole thing. The bag is worth it for me, and I can't say I'll give it my all. Yeah, like I said, you just have to try it and see it, right? For me, for example, it was very difficult and I couldn't do it, and I won't do it ever again. And for other people, it's like, oh, you know what? This wasn't so bad. I can do it. Then yeah, totally go for it. And there you have bank. There you have one of the easiest, not easiest, one of the big 3 ways of becoming viral and popular in social media. Doing fetish not safe for work art, because not everyone does it. Slender shrimp. That's so nice when you're being friends with Akio. Sonic Speed1. Aki Speed1. Yeah. We became friends a bit ago. Ooh, a while ago. I think it's been like 2 years. There. But yeah, we became friends because he saw that I opened commissions. I was very new to the DDLC scene on Twitter and everything. Literally, like, I had just begun drawing again for like a couple months. And he saw that my commissions were open and he reached out to me. Not a lot of people talked to me back then. Afterwards, you know, I started making friends and stuff. But in the beginning, the only person I had was Sonic. I hold a lot of endearment for him. He's my dearest friend. Alright, about the funny stuff. Me and my best friend look at DDLC DeviantArt every now and then in a voicey. And we start laughing at it or make inside jokes. But it's very different. It's very different to look at it and go, haha, that's funny. And then having to sit down and being like, oh man, now I have to draw it. It's very, very different. Just be careful. Okay. I've done this hand pose before. I think I have it. I think I got it. Let's do hand 2. I have to do sketches like this separate for my hands because I am really bad at like I just keep redrawing them and redrawing them. So it's gonna be like this. Then like this. It has to. I was trying to like move it around when it's like, no, to move it around you have to move the entire like box. I want it to be something more like this, I think. Hands. And they wanna ban tracing hands from ArtPied. Unbelievable, unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's a great guy. Yeah, Sonic is awesome. I've talked with the Sonic for a bit. He won a raffle of mine a while ago for Halloween. Sonic Speed 1 is the one with the Sonic cap and the cool hoodie with the flames, and he has a Monica design that he did where she has like a green music note dress. That's how you know it's the Sonic Speed 1. I think the thumb's gonna be more like this. Like this. I think this hand is around how it should be. Yeah. Let's see if it is. And to sketch. Another tip, always name your layers, kids. Anna, I need the Angry Birds merch. I'm almost gonna complete it, and also I might buy the DLC keychain so I can make fun. I saw they were selling them for like 300 pesos. Yeah, but they're AliExpress. You know we can't buy official DLC merch here in Mexico. They don't. The tariffs are insane. Absolutely insane. They're coming for us. They're coming for us. Watching this as food enters my body. Provechito wins. Provechito. Enjoy your meal. Yeah, him. I did the Kingdom Hearts cosplay for him during Halloween. Oh, that's so cute. I love drawing for Sonic. Sonic is he's such a cool client. He's very understanding. He's very fun. All of his ideas are super cute. I love working with him. He's been working a bit more lately, and we haven't been able to talk as much. I miss him. I was talking with him a little bit ago, and I go, hey, I miss you. Okay, this does not look okay. What is going on? Really here. I'm not drawing this funny little part of the hand. Something like this? Nope. Well, you know what? Anyway, it's gonna get like... it's gonna get like overshadowed by the shirt. Oh, but if she's pulling it down... Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, I see it. All I have to do is honestly something like this. I don't know why I'm complicating myself. It's like something like this. I don't know why I'm complicating my life. I love complicating my life. Top 3 hobbies of mine. There we go. And the cool nail. Checking that the nail and the thumb is around the same size. I think it has to be a little bigger, but we got it. We got it. There you go. And I gotta connect it better with the with the arm. Oh, it's not this one. This one. Dun, 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 dun. Hands are the bane of my existence. But they look so good when you draw them. They give your drawing a little something extra. Well, Anna, I'm a jobless chuddy. You can talk to me. A jobless chuddy. I have a lot of difficulty just cold DMing people. I feel like I'm bothersome or something, right? We all have our lives and stuff. I myself am not a very contrary to popular belief, since I decided to become a VTuber. I am not a very like, I wouldn't consider myself a chronically online individual, merely because of the fact that I am more of a call me rather than text message me, or not even call me, but like I'd rather see you, I'd rather do something with you than have a long talk on Discord for 2 hours, you know? Yeah, don't cold call me, don't cold call me, that's rude. Don't just call me on Discord and things like that. Ask first. But you know, we have to set it up and stuff. But I am definitely more that kind of person. It's difficult for me to be like, oh, people are gonna enjoy it when I message them. When I myself am like, I'd rather do something fun with you and hang out or something like that, rather than just us messaging us for a while. I'm just not a very big texter. Talk more, shake my head. I know! Neto, I always talk about you. I always remember when we talked that one time, when I started going to the gym, and we talked about Majid Orion. I always remember that conversation. I wanna have it. I wanna have more conversations like that. I'm just a little shy, but I'll work on it. I'll try to not be as chatty as cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. I'll try to not be chatty. I'm always open. Also, I feel the same. I'm very shy when it comes to stuff or talking to people in the SD server, asking people for stuff. Yeah, no, it's nerve-wracking. How is that going? The gym? It's going. I've been going now still. I haven't stopped going, so that's nice, right? I'm still going. I've gotten a personal trainer. It's not even for like because I want to do something specifically or anything, but because I felt like I wasn't doing much with the app. I got to this chain. Well, I don't know if I should like say it like this, but it's like a huge chain in Latin America, a gym chain that has an app, and it tells you like the exercises and stuff. And sometimes I was just really lost and I didn't know how to do them and stuff, and I was afraid that I was gonna hurt myself. And especially because I work, you know, a lot with my arms, it's really important for me to not hurt my arms because I have to draw and I have to use them for work and things like that. So I got a personal trainer, and you know, it's nice because he's pushing me to do more weight. I'm becoming healthier, a healthier shrimp. I put on 1 kilogram of muscle. The shrimp is going strong. Oh, the tracking doesn't like my glove. The shrimp is going strong. Yeah. there. I'm dabbing. Cannibalistic shrimpanoid underwater dweller. Oh, that's so good. that's sud, like sud. Like smiling friends. Is it Charlie? No, it's not Charlie. But he's a cool dude. That's nice. Shrimp training arc. Yeah. I'm enjoying the training. It's right now with the heat, it's become harder to do anything. I always do cardio at the end to like be able to keep up with my stamina and stuff, especially also to practice my breathing for my singing classes. It helps a lot. And I've forgotten my own little belts. Whoops. Oh, you didn't see that. You didn't see that. Gonna have to cut that from the ball. Where is it? I practice my breathing with my diaphragm and stuff at the gym while I exercise and stuff for my singing classes. And my singing teacher has said that he's already seen a good improvement. I'm very excited, very happy. I've been recording part of the song that I want to launch, the Shrimp Lullaby that I talked about in my debut stream. Yeah, I'm very, very excited. Everything seems to be going great. I'm very, very happy, very glad that I decided to start doing this little project. It's helped me in so many much more ways than just one. I'm happy to be here with you guys, and that you're here with me, and that you're also happy, and that, you know, we can all be shrimps together. It makes me very, very happy. Let's do the little belts. It's okay. Just train your wit to balance things out. Gotta get my summer training in. my summer training fucking sucked. Now it's the end of senior year, and I have 200 speed. Like all of those. I did a bunch of like Majid Orion runs in Uma Musume once, and for some reason in the new scenario and stuff, and for some reason she was only getting like 300 speed at the end of like almost the entire game. It was really weird. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it stopped, thank God. I haven't played in a while, now that I think about it. I miss her. I miss my Michido Ryan. Let's do this thingy. And I always think about VTubers that have very complicated designs. And, you know, they're not the ones that draw fan art of themselves. Like, the VTubers that are not like artists, and their avatar is like super complicated and stuff. I with Popi, I really wanted to make her easy-ish to draw for me and for everyone. That's why she has like, even though she has a bunch of accessories, she has very little clothing. Basically just a crop top and a skirt and like warmers. You know, things that are stuck to the body. Because I understand the struggle. when a VTuber, you know, you want to draw fan art for them, but their outfit is super complicated. I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be a little bit more considerate. I think she's still a little bit, like, the complexity is still a little bit high there, but it's not, I think it's nowhere near a normal, like, VTuber design. And I am very happy with that. Very, very happy. There we go. What else are we missing? Oh, there's the start of the pocket here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the skirt. Well, I have to do the breaking parts. Like a big spike here and little spikes here. It's like here and here. There you go. Ooh, oh, more music, more music. The music's done. Let's go with 5 tracks. No, that's too much. Chill step. What's chilp stack? Chilp step. Shrimpocalypse. Complex designs make me want to cry. Oh yeah, I know. I saw Sorry actually drew one. I think it was Calliope Mori's new design. For those who haven't gotten the luck to see it. Calliope Mori new avatar. Where is it? No, this is not it. Sorry, Druid. So I'm just gonna pull up. I think it was Calliope Mori. Sorry, Druid. So I'm just gonna pull it from Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. It's like super complicated, and she has like a bunch of spikes and stuff. I was honestly very impressed. Yeah, it was Calliope Mori. Let me see. Here it is. And it has like a bunch of plating and spikes and things like that. It looks really cool, don't get me wrong. But I'm just gonna say this. I don't think she draws it herself. She has no idea the pain that so many fan artists are in. I remember looking at this, I was like, wow, Sony really did that. And the plating on the chest is like even like following the volume and everything. He really went hard with that. He was insane for that. I'm always bugging Sorry, so I know that art he's posting and shit. What art he's posting. Yeah, no, it was insane. I've always been a fan of the little simpler designs. I'm a big fan of Korone. I was a big fan of Neuro-sama before they turned her into like her actual model. I love how uncannily generic she looked. I thought it was part of the look, but then they changed it to a more like Astro Boy, I guess, concept. But yeah, I have my funny little belt here. But yeah, I wanted to not make something as complicated so that people would be annoyed to draw it. And I think that's also why I went a little bit more simpler with my model, with Gremlin Poppy right now. You know, it's even easier if you wanna draw her. She's basically just the long Poppy design, but without many of like the whistles. Without the chains and whistles. The belt, yeah, the belt should be around here. But it's gonna get cut off. I don't want to cut it off. Well, I think I could just put myself in the middle, right? I just had to make sure to follow the base, right? And then I can just move myself a little bit more in the middle so that when it's time for Madeleine to draw her part, she can adjust me however she likes. So I'm gonna draw the belt over here. In the back. This belt is a inspired by the Kagamine twins. They have their funny little belts on their hips. I'm a big fan of the Kagamines. Well, I was growing up. Now I'm more of a Miku girly. Talk about an evolution. But growing up, I feel like it's because I saw myself in them. I was like 14 and I looked like them and stuff. They're very important to me. So I wanted to include something from them in my design. Obviously the leg warmers as well. I wear leg warmers in real life all the time as well. My true shrimp form has leg warmers. In every iteration. There we go. And oh yeah, my gloves and my spikes, my spike bracelet here. This. Ew. Confession time. I don't have a spike bracelet in real life. The only one that I have is my wife's, and I steal it, but it's not technically mine. I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to put together like a Poppy cosplay, so when the moment comes, when I inevitably decide to face reveal, I can look as much as Poppy, as close to Poppy as I can. Like I wouldn't say that I am like exactly like Poppy. I am Poppy after all. But you know, I don't deviate too much in real life from the design. There you go, spikes. It doesn't matter if they look a little funky, it makes them look even punkier. That's what I tell myself at night to sleep better. And I have to delete part of the hand. So I'm gonna move all the way down here. And these ones here. This ones I have to draw here on this arm. It's the reason why I decided to become a VTuber rather than just a normal like real face streamer is because I've seen what happened to Pokimane, and I've seen what happened to Cutie Cinderella, and I've seen what happened to so many more female streamers. And I wanted to prepare myself a bit more, I think, before that. There's lots of people who can't play nice when whoever's streaming is a woman. So that's why I thought VTuber was like the best fit for me right now. Where'd that line come from? Is it from the body? Oh yeah. There we go. Now for the gloves. I'm just gonna do it on top. Gonna name gloves out. And then we're gonna add the mesh with a special mesh brush. Woo! I hope Madeline likes it. I mean, I guess she doesn't have to like how I drew, I guess. But I hope she's happy. God knows I'm very happy with the fact that she invited me. Like this, I think it'd be something more like this. And it would cut off like that, yeah. I'm just gonna name this mesh for all the fishnet in this leggy as well, and my arms. I have my fishnet brush right here. I just need to change the texture. I like this one. Yeah. The smaller scale, little smaller scale. Yeah, just like that. What I do is I just go at it. I went through this with the Popidoru drawing as well. I just make a big, like, rectangle. And then I go afterwards to deform it. Well, I mask it. Oh my god. Well, first let's deform it, because I have a lot of them here. The transform warp, just so that it doesn't look too... Man, holy ants. So many little ants. Just so that it doesn't look too unreal. I like to do this. It's like, you know, showing the push and the volume of it a little. And then I just mask it. Just very approximately at first, and then I go at it a little bit more careful. Just like that. And then with our mask mode, we can just clean up the mesh look. I know Clip Studio has something called the Liquify tool, but Photoshop does have one, kinda, but it's not great. It's not the best. So I just have to go around and kind of like clean it up. OMG, the fishnet. Fishnets are always nightmares to draw. Yeah, I've seen some very, very technical artists being able to draw them like by hand from zero, but I can't. And I won't. I feel like the feeling, the illusion doesn't get lost too much when you just kind of like copy paste it like this, right? Like when you, especially when you go out of your way to deform it a little and everything. It's really hard to tell that all we did was make a rectangle and kind of like fidget with it rather than draw it manually. And that way you also keep it like super well, like proportioned. Like you don't have parts where your fishnet looks wonky or too big in the holes, things like that. This way you can just take care of that together, and all of that together, and not, you know, lose your sanity while you do it. So yeah, we just clean it up here. Here, for example, it should bend a little. Like it should show a little bit of a bend here. So we'll just do that. We'll remove this from the mask. Oh, what do you mean my mask doesn't reach all the way there? Okay. That's okay. We're just gonna have to grab a little bit and like copy paste it up here. Like so. There we go. I'm also gonna lower the opacity at the end so that it doesn't become too overbearing. So now that we did that, you can just grab this part of the fishnet, and when we modify it with warp, we're gonna have a really cool effect. The transform warp. The mask is gonna stay the same, but we're gonna change the fishnet so that it looks like it's actually like going around the body here. Let's layer, new layer, be a cut. Do it in a new layer. So we can remove the excess. Windows error sound. I just kind of fix it a little. Again, it's just to sell the illusion that it's all not just going in the same direction. Like this. And then in this one, we just go in with a brush. Again, we complete the pattern a little bit if it's needed. And it's not going to be that noticeable when we out. And now for this one, for the leg. You can just use this one. I don't know why I didn't do it like that. Layer, expand. Select, modify, expand. 1. There you go. White fill. Yeah. I love fishnet. If I could, I'd be covered in fishnet all day, every day. But it's not ideal. And also, my circulation doesn't like it much. My blood flow, my natural blood flow despises it. There you go. And she has a bunch of fishnet now. And let's make it a little bit lighter. Just a little bit. So that it doesn't take away from our line art. Our line art actually should be... I wouldn't recommend... If you're going for an anime look, you shouldn't go for straight black. Right? Most... what they do use is like straight white, but never straight black. Your line should be more of a bluish color. Like that. Fishnets are fishnets to catch the shrimp. What if Anna is a mutated shrimp and that's why she's a human and she has fishnet? I couldn't break free from the net where they had me in. I had to break. I grew out too much, and I couldn't break the net. Let's do the white hengies. White hengies. These ones. No smoothing, no smoothing. These ones are really... I had a lot of fun learning how to make these. Just kind of go like this. It also has a lot of like little hairs around here. From the loose threads. Just go wild because it's just threads. They should go, yeah, above the body. Just like that. That it looks like it's frayed. Go above everything. And then you just kind of clean it a bit. And since it's just loose threads, there's no way you can ever get it wrong. If it looks messy, it's like, yeah, because it's messy, because it's like fraying and everything. Just like that. We We got our threads, our white hangies. Should actually be pure white. Let's make them pure white. Why not? Why not? And it seems... Oh yeah, we need to do the face. I was so into drawing everything else that I didn't do the face. Oh my god. Now for the face, I found out this cool technique. Because when you draw a face, a head, right? The head is not completely round. It's not an orb. It has like... It's like cut up. So like the face is pretty straight. And then you have the side of the face. And then the back, right? And everything. It's more of like cut cake. So what I started to do is I draw my lines in comparison to my ears, right? And then I decide where the side of the face is gonna be, right? Where the jaw is. And I stop it. In this case, for example, these two should line up. So we just make them line up a little better. Like this. And these are the face guides. And now I know how far away I can go from my eye to the other eye without going into the territory where it looks weird because it'd be the side of the face. Couple landmarks of the face. The ears, well, the nose is where the ears finish, pretty much. So my nose would be around here. I'm gonna give her a funny little smile and her fang. Her mouth would be around here. Following the direction of the face. Let's do it. Let's turn off the base. Okay, her mouth is a little bit too far back. And for the eyes. Alright, it has to... In theory, the eye should be from here to the middle of the ear. Like here and here. With a distance of a little bit less than an eye because it's a 3/4 view. Something like this. This looks so scary. These are like the eyeballs. And then we can start drawing our eyelids. I like the sketchy look on the eyelids. I know not a lot of people are big fans, but I am a big fan. A little bit of a bend to account for the angle. Yeah, let's do a little bit of a bend. To account for the angle of the eyes. Well, how the eyelids would close. That we get by imagining that the eye has a grid. And then imagining how the lid looks when it goes down that grid. I did that a lot in college for my digital illustration assignments. So I am... right now I see it automatically. I haven't drawn Long Poppy in so long. I wonder if she's gonna look a little different. Face guide, so. And I have my eyelash, right? So flustered, so embarrassed. I'm so happy. I'm having so much fun. And then her entire R is marked. In theory, looking down on us, we wouldn't see this as much. And not that marked. Like this. Can lift it a little more. Like not as severe as this. How I usually do it. And we can connect them. Like this. And we have 3 little eyelashes. 1. 3 eyelashes is just the golden number. 2. Every character should have 3 eyelashes. They don't really vary in size. Have the cool little tear here. It goes around the cheek. Then we have the one where the shrimp antenna comes from. Well, it comes out of. This one again. Have the ear. The eyelash where shrimp antenna come from. And 3 little eyelashes too. 1 and 2 and 3. I'm trying to push my art in a wacky ass direction. That could end up being really cool. Oh yeah. I think nowadays there's a lot of artists that are trying to do like an anime style because it's what's popular, like with Genshin and CCC and things like that. But I myself, I am a, even if I can't do it, I am a really, really big fan of very stylized art. I recently just followed a DDLC artist. They drew a cool... Oh, what happened to my tracking? Huh. My tracking just died. Okay, close and reopen. There we go. Calibrated. Yeah, we can move again. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of stylized art. Like I said, I wish I could be able to do it, but I'm not. My brain does not work in those ways. But I love seeing it. I recently followed an artist that drew birthday art for Sayori, and I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And they've also drawn Natsuki, which is a big plus for me. So I started following them. I can't wait to see more of their art. I'll see if I can link it in the Shrimp Tank Discord. 90s anime style, but with harsh shading similar to that of 90s comics, with vibrant color palettes of 2000 Western cartoons. Oh, I follow an artist like that. How is it called? It's I think it's Julio Treviño. Let me. Julio Treviño art. Treviño art. Raúl Treviño. Treviño. He specializes in this really cool, like 90s anime style. I think that might be really up your alley if you're into that. And I think that his color palettes are also really vibrant and cool. And his shading style is like it's way more like comics rather than just anime. I'm gonna link it in chat in case anyone wants to see more of him. I had a headcanon that Poppy's eyelashes are both knife and extra arms. Like if she blinks from you at, she will cut you into little pieces. No, actually the way her eyeliner is drawn is how I do my eyeliner in real life. And it's because of Kiss. It's a Kiss reference. I've had people ask me before, oh, is it like lacrimosa or is it like super goth style? And I go, well, yeah, you know, it fits the style and stuff. But it's definitely more because of Kiss. I am a big fan of Kiss and the way they used to do their makeup. So I thought I really wanted it when I was doing my character. Let's do the antenna. I don't want to do my antenna too big so that it gets in the way of her face. I think this is gonna work. Oh no, don't tell me I did it in the same. Okay. New layer. We do it again, we do it again. No smoothing, no problem. Everything can get adjusted afterwards. Oh my god. There you go. A little bit of thickness. In the curves here. That it doesn't get too lost. Tulio Trivino. Yeah, Tulio Trivino is an anime. An anime artist. Tulio Trivino from 31 Minutos. You would never guess it. Here too. The end of this little antenna. Here as well. Just to help separate them a bit more. There you go. This one's a little bit too... has to be a little bit more straight. All right, the big eyebrows. Even if they're covered by the by the hair, I should draw them. Big ass eyebrows. She looks like a weirdo. This is perfect. Yes, yes. This is perfect. I think I can do the eyes a little bit bigger. A little bit more down, like this. Yeah. This looks a little bit more anime. With the big anime head. Tulio from 31 minutos. Sí, Tulio Triviño. Ahora voy a imitar a un animador de anime. Hola, soy el animador de anime. Let's remove the eyes guide. And let's draw the irises. Let's put all of the sketches together here. Let's go with iris. And we are eyedropping tool for this one. Why I kept my reference in like a sketchy art so that people can choose their colors from there. Okay, but I need to see it better, so I'm gonna put them in this color. Just provisionally. This one needs to be a little bit more up. There. And I like to make sure that it looks like she's looking into the camera. And she is. This one I need to turn a bit. Follow the face direction. This one a bit. Yo, how are you doing? Oh, hi, Ryder! Welcome! We're drawing Popi for a collab that I'm doing with Madeline-chan. This is the base that we're using. And this it's gonna be with this shirt. And her OC, Koneko-chan, is gonna be like shrimp calling. And mine's gonna be, I think, I'm gonna make two versions. One with a fish and one with a cat. So that she can pick out which one she likes best for the meme. We just finished drawing Popi's face. I think the irises still look like they're not looking at us. Yeah, that's better. I think this one needs to be a little bit thinner. Like this. And let's draw the pupils as well, just so that I can get an idea of how they're gonna have to be. It's kind of hard to figure out because her eyes are always in a constant state of like tired. So we're supposed to look more from the... We're supposed to be able to look less of the pupil. I think something like this. The iris is still a little bit... Oh no, it's still a little bit... looking a little weird. There you go. Ah, okay, it has to be a little bit higher up. Like that. Think? No, a little bit less. Tough. It's tough to figure out. There, I think. Now we can make them the real color. Oh, I have it right here. I think I'll change the expression. This looks a little bit too weird. And I know I'm a weirdo, but... We don't want to make it an uncomfortable thing. This funny little otaku expression. And the fang. Of course, the fang. We can't miss the fang. The fang. Fang. I think the lashes are a little bit... The eyes. Let's move them together. And the antenna. There. They're a little bit too to the other side. Very severe angle. Now we can complete the little cheek tears. I don't know why I imagined you looking really good so far, Shrimp. Oh, thank you, Fritz. I don't know why I imagined you with a white shirt with that. I'm shrimping it. I'm shrimping it. Ah, so good. Let's do that. We can totally turn that into a meme too. I'm gonna leave the stream on. I'm sorry for not being too much in the stream. Oh, don't worry, Alice. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it a lot. we can totally do that one too, like an alt. I'm shrimping it. I'm shrimping it. Where's that meme even from? Like I know it, but I feel like I don't know where it comes from. At this point, I'm too afraid to ask. And now let's do the hair. Let's put the iris all the way back down. There. I'm shaking it. Adventure time. Oh my god. What is going on with Adventure Time? My god. Okay. Let's do the funny little fringe. The little hair coming out. And let's draw little triangles around to make it look less just like straight. Drawing the fringe is always really tough for me because, you know, everything has to come from like a source when it comes to hair. You cannot just wing it and be like, oh yeah, this is where it begins, or no. So it's always a little bit complicated for me to get the angle right. But I think we got it. I think we got it here. Sorry. I think this one could be way more round. Just for funsies. to exacerbate my amazing roundness. Let's do the little side hairs. I'm a big fan of VTubers that, like I said, not only design their own design, taking into account the fans that are gonna draw them, but also because, you know, they like to draw things a certain way. I'm a big fan, personally, of the Konata eyes from Lucky Star. And I knew that my character, any of my characters would need to get it. Like, when I chose to become a VTuber. I have a lot of respect for artists who put themselves out that way, right? Because they choose to put their likes out first and foremost, no matter if, you know, they're catering to specific audience or they're thinking about what's gonna be popular with people in the VTuber sphere or anything. I really like it when some of the designs are really, really niche, and you can tell that it's because the artist really likes this thing and they're very passionate about it. She's round for an amazing reason. Kinda out of the blue, but Sonic is looking for the backstory you told earlier in the stream. Just thought I'd let you know. The awesome guy is curious. The backstory? What I've said a lot of backstory here. I've said my backstory with Madeline. I've said my backstory with Sonic. I've said my backstory. He probably wants to hear about his backstory. But he already knows it! And now I'm embarrassed. Now I'm embarrassed to say it. You're putting me out on the spot like this. You can't do that. It's illegal. Going back on the... To clarify, it's looking great, Anna. Yippee. Thank you. Thank you, Neru. Going back on the VTubers that I really like because they're like true to themselves. There's this one that I've been following, I guess, like, her development for a while. She... her model looks like a cool, like, otaku girl, but like otaku in like the very 90s anime. Like, her face is something like this. And she actually has the spirally glasses. And she has the funny little like fringe like this. I don't remember her name. And then her pigtail, she has pigtails and they look like this. And big like beads and stuff. And her model, like, it's so cute, the design. Because you almost never see that, you know, a VTuber that's, I think, like, purposefully quirky. Not necessarily in a adorable way, but in like, because it's something that they like. And she's also like stop motion animated. Like the person is also like a 3D artist, I think. And they're doing their own model with 3D art, and it's animated as if it was stop motion. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I'm gonna look for it in my bookmarks and share it with you guys if I can, because it's just so cool. Like I said, I just never seen anything like that. There's also this one girly who is like a Raggedy Ann doll. And she has yarn hair, and she has a bunch of pins around and things like that. And it's so cute. She always shows like how she's being animated and rigged, and the cool things that she's gonna have. I don't think she has like debuted it yet. It's been a few years. But I love seeing the development of it, because again, it's like another design that someone's not doing just because they know it's gonna be popular, but because it's what they like, and it's who they want it to be, and it's what they want to see. I also saw another project. I think this one was by a guy. I don't remember. Who's VTuber. I mean, it's a VTuber, but he's literally a storyteller. So in his streams, he's like this little guy, also animated as if he were like stop motion, I think. And it's like a fireplace when you come into the stream, and he just starts telling you a story, and it was the coolest thing in the world when I saw it. I love the medium that VTubing has become for a lot of people, And I love, you know, how you don't have to be one or the other, right? You don't have to be the cute, cool anime girl, right? You can be whatever you want. The technology that has come out of it is just amazing, absolutely unreal. Now, me, for example, like, of course I want my long Poppy to be turned into a model one day, but I really, really like, I'm a big fan of Chocovania as well, and I've always loved her cute little, like, gremlin character and her model too. So I jumped at the opportunity when I saw Enri.exe, my modeler and rigger. Hello Enri, hello Enri. Go follow him, go follow him. He learned how to do BRM models for me. He's the best. I jumped at the opportunity when I saw that he has his commissions open. He made these really cute DDLC animations, and I was like, okay, I want that. I want that. Whatever he's doing, I want it. I'm gonna share with you his profile as well. The little video that I got to know him from. Enri. There it is. Let me pull out the Poppy profile. There I am. Oh my god, I can't do it if I'm not logged in. Okay. I'll bring in my normal my normal window. There I am here. he makes it with Blender and everything. He also does other styles of models as well. But I saw he did this cute little animation of Sayori playing the guitar. And I saw it all the way back in February, and I was like, oh my god. I literally went, oh my god, this is cinema. This is absolute cinema. It's like the P Club style. And then he made them dance. I was like, this is too cute. This is too cute. I can't deal. So I immediately, I think it was right after seeing this post specifically, I immediately went to him. He's like, hey, are you taking commissions right now? And he was like, yeah, sure, I could do it. And I said, excellent, great, because I need you to be my modeler, please. And back then I had no idea about the requirements that I needed to be a VTuber, like the models and stuff. He does his models in FBX, I think, which is for animation. And then I started, you know, I'm paranoid like that, so I started looking into like VTuber, like what kind of engines I would use and stuff. I use Warudo. And I saw that I needed something called a BRM file. And I was like, a VR, what the fuck is that? So I researched and everything, and I had to send him a message and be like, hey, so I need something called VRM. How do we? How can we do it? How do we do this? And he said, do you have the documentation? And I go, yeah, I have it. I have it right here. I think this is how you do it in Blender, I think. You know, I don't use Blender either. He said, don't worry, you send it to me, I'll check it out, and I'll let you know if I can do it. And I went, okay, thank you. And just like a champion, he told me, hey, the model's gonna go up a little bit because of it, because I had to study. And I go, yes, no problem, please, thank you. And he learned it, and here I am now. Super rigged, my boquita opens and closes. I blink and everything. I thought it was magical. Absolutely magical. I eventually want to commission more expressions in the future. But I also really like the deadpan. I think it fits really well into the Poppy aesthetic. The deadpan stare, where I'm just like to everything I just go like, wow. I really like it. It's like that as well. Okay, this is the star, and let's do the shrimp. For the shrimp here, I'm gonna cheat. If you ever don't know how to do something from scratch that has a lot of volume, you can just do this. Right, and you decide if you like it like that. And here, for example, I'm seeing that my model it has it a little bit more like this. And this part has to be a little bit more thin. And go up like this. Then like this. And then, once you have it how you want it, you lower the opacity. And you just line it. You make the line art around it. And that way you can save yourself so much time trying to guess. Like, oh, am I doing it too thick, too thin? How can I change it? And if you see, oh, I think I want it more thin here, you can also just change it. But at least you have a base and you're not blindly, you know, drawing a silhouette. Or, you know, from a wireframe. I know skeletons are hard for a lot of people at first. These things. So you can just... It's why the lasso method nowadays became so popular. You can just grab your figure... Right, and you do the silhouette that you want, right? And you go, okay, it should look like this. And then you can just go at it with your line art, and you can just, you know, fill in the image without needing to know like where to put things in the skeleton, all based on silhouettes. Okay, let's erase all of this. And once you're done, you just delete your layer, and that's it. I think the shrimp has to be a little bit more inside. And now I erase the hair. Same for here. The star. Now, when you have, for example, shapes like this, where you can immediately tell that this shape was drawn by Photoshop and not by my own hand, you can either draw it on top yourself, or what I found that works, which is rasterize it, and then go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and give it like a 0.2, no, 0.4, 0.3. A 0.3 blur. Bam! Now it has the same quality as all of your other line art. And it doesn't look too out of place. Ah, Popi looks so cute. So flustered. Now that I'm looking at it, her belt I think should be a little bit thicker here. Current layer. Yeah, the blue. Yeah, it should be more like this. This part of the belt as well. Like this. Let's make it go above the skirt, because that's how it is in the look anyway, as well. And the shirt is like pushing it down as well. So make it go above the shirt like that. The skirt. Hey Poppy, since you love anime, what about cartoons? I really like cartoons. I've stopped looking at them, mainly just because now it's a little bit hard for me to connect with them, since, you know, I am a big sister now. I am a big girl. Most of cartoon stories are about children and things like that. The last cartoon that I really loved, and that I will forever recommend to you, to anyone who's watching, would be Steven Universe. I know. Steven Universe got so much flack when it was being released. I think it was unfair. The themes and topics that I think children's cartoons... I'm also a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I tried watching The Owl House, but I'm not a big fanatic on like normal... Not normal, like magical fantasy like that, where it's like actual magic and witches and kingdoms and things like that. I'm not a big fan. I really like Gravity Falls as well. I loved, but this is adult animation, Inside Job. Inside Job was an awesome, funny series on Netflix that got cancelled. There's so many cartoons that I love, but it's really hard for me now to connect with them, just due to the nature that most of these stories are about little siblings, right? About children and stuff, and I'm not really that anymore. I need a little bit something a little bit different. But Steven Universe is an Avatar, and Gravity Falls are those cartoons that you can watch, and the message is just so special that it transcends like life stage, right? Like you don't need to be a kid to understand it, and if you're adult, you're also gonna really enjoy it, because it's the topics that each of them touch. It's things that still hit you even when you're an adult. I don't know if that's something that you know anyone can connect with, but it's things that we sometimes carry from childhood and we don't even notice until we grow up and we have to become like our own adult person. Yeah, I would totally recommend to you watch Steven Universe. What about you, Abraham? Do you have Abraham? Do you have any favorite cartoons? I enjoy SpongeBob, Rabbit's Invasion, The Old House, The Looney Tunes Show. Thanks for Oh, The Looney Tunes Show is really good too. It's really good too. And it's also one of those shows, the Looney Tunes Show, that I watch and I'm like, this is for children? They're putting this out in Cartoon Network? Like it doesn't feel like it should be for kids. They have a lot of like innuendos and everything. It's really funny. Okay, this is the line art. All of it is in there. Yeah. Whoa. Like the Monica jump scare, where it's just her eyes. Now that I look at it, I think this lash should be a little bit more up. Just a little bit. Tiniest little bit. Yeah, that looks better. I get you. Even as an adult, you can still get enjoyment out of shows you enjoyed as a kid. Like SpongeBob and the Powerpuff Girls. Just not the 2016 version. Yeah, no, the Powerpuff versions, we don't talk about the remake. I'm also a big fan of the Powerpuff Girls. It's one of my favorite shows growing up. But God, that god-awful remake, man. What did they do? What did they do to my cool childhood show? It wasn't even like I'm pretty sure not even children found it like entertaining while it was airing. Like at that point I go, what's the point? If what you're doing, you know, rebooting a beloved series, right, is not even entertaining the people that you sought to entertain. Then what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we playing at, you know? Like something has to give, man. And people are just not gonna start liking things that they don't like. Let's turn off the antennas for a bit. Oh, we have a hole somewhere here. What remake? There was never a remake. Wink, wink. I can't wink. I can just blink. I enjoyed both the original and the anime version one, I think, when I was a kid. Oh yeah, Powerpuff Girls C was really cute. Which is your favorite Steven Universe character? Pearl. Absolutely Pearl. Pearl fits the trope of my favorite characters the best. And her story with Rose is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. You don't see that a lot in media, let alone a kid's cartoon. I thought it was really good. It's all of Steven Universe is just a really great lesson on grief and how it is when, you know, like you grieve someone that's not with you anymore, and that it was and that was so important to you that it made you, you know, who you are, and then suddenly to not have them. How do you how do you not fall apart from that? I think that's what Steven Universe, you know, is also about. You know, not only Steven trying to come to terms with the fact that everybody knows who his mom is, but he doesn't. But also the fact that Rose was important to everyone in the story, even to the villains, right? And yet, she's no longer here. She can't go and resolve things, right? The only one who's left, and who everybody thinks it's her son, Steven. It's a really powerful, I think, topic to tackle, because I think it happens more often than not, right? There's a figure that we will never know, that everybody talks about as if they were like the second coming of Christ. A family member or someone really special, maybe someone we actually even knew. And then they're gone. And you have to come to terms with that, and you have to start thinking like, how can I be my own person now that they're gone? Blue Poppy. I think it's a very important cartoon, and I'm very happy that it actually got made and it released, despite the fact that it got cancelled early because of the lesbian wedding between Sapphire and Ruby. I just noticed that I could have drawn this a bit bigger. Oh well. I personally wouldn't call it lazy to re-release an old show. If anything, more so a positive, introducing something to a beloved new generation. It depends, because the Powerpuff remake, you know, didn't even do that. And that's what was like tragic about it, like I said, because sure, if you're gonna do a remake of something, whatever, but make it good, right? If your drive is that you're trying to introduce new generations to this important thing, then make it appealing to those new generations that you're talking about. Because if not, like I said, then what are we playing at? What's the point? You're just remaking it, you know, just because, rather than because you want to do something new, you want to explore new like plot lines. All the Powerpuff Girls remake did was just be a bad reboot. And it's really sad, because like I said, I'm a really big fan of the Powerpuff Girls. My favorite one is Blossom, by the way. She's the best. As a kid, I wanted to be able to know everything like her and be cool and collected. Then I am not. I think nowadays I'm definitely more like Bubbles. I'm not even Buttercup, like super tough or anything. I'm Bubbles. Something happens and I start crumbling. Alright, so here we go. This is our Poppy. Our Poppy line art, right? We have a little bit more time based on our super cool base, right? To all of those people that say that following a base is tracing, it's not. This is what we started with. Let me turn on the... This was a reference, again, by Fish in a Balloon on Pinterest. And this is what we ended up with. Super tall and like, oh hello, all sheepish. Very happy to be here. I think we can start laying down some base colors. I like to do a mask of my main silhouette, and then I put it in a folder for layers. I don't know if Clip Studio Paint or other programs have that. And then I start putting my colors like that, so I still have them separate, but not all of them have to depend on one single clipping mask. Let's put the background to a lighter bluish, so that I don't flash you guys like that. Start with the hair. I love using the lasso tool. It's so fast to do everything. And then for the other figures, I can just use the wand tool. Select, modify, expand. I'm filling with Alt and Backspace. I don't know if all drawing programs have that shortcut, but it's basically once you do a selection, it fills it when you do the keystroke. I think in Clip Studio there's a thing, I saw that it became really viral, that it fills up automatically as soon as you close the shape, which is what many people were using when the whole trend of drawing with the lasso tool became a thing. Photoshop, I actually don't know. I haven't looked into if it has it or not. I'm sure it does. Photoshop has everything. But probably not focused on drawing. Like many of Photoshop things, it's more for like photograph editing and stuff. Let's erase here and this. Select, modify, expand to 1. And we also missed this little part here. To choose the colors, well, right now I have a reference. You want to have a reference that's clean, as in no shadow, no light, so that you can tell the color is accurate despite any lighting. Let's do the for the hair. I leave it blonde at first, and then I go layer by layer to put a little bit more of the details in color. And then for the shadow, the shading, I do all of the shading in just one layer. for a true anime look, cel shaded anime look. It also forces myself to think about the whole rather than part by part, piece by piece. Let's do her skin. Name your layers. Always name your layers. Why? Because then you know which parts have you done, which ones you have not, and when you're looking for one specifically, you can find it really easy. Name your layers. There is absolutely no downside to naming your layers. Well, maybe if you're trying to do AI art fraud, don't name the layer that you're tracing from. That would be the only downside. Like for example, here for the skin, I'm gonna include the nails, and then I'm gonna go with a clipping mask on the skin layer and just paint the nails on top. Just because it's easier that way to separate everything into big chunks. In normal, like this is a collab and it's drawing Popi, right? Which is a character that already has a design. But if you're ever drawing a character in like a composition or things like that, putting your base colors like this in big chunks at first really helps to see if the colors are working with the feeling that you want, for example, or with the environment, with the background that you're planning. So I always try to do it in big chunks. And then you start, you know, once you have the big chunks, because it's what the eye is gonna focus on first, then you can start doing all of the little detailed parts. I am not gonna include the bracelet in here, for example, because the bracelet I would consider it part of the clothes. Right, the accessories and everything, not necessarily a part of the body, but the nails are a part of the body. You see how fast it is using the lasso tool to put on your base colors? I don't even have to like retouch them that much. Maybe little parts around the edges and stuff. But it's really, really fast in comparison. Oh, music's run out. Let's put on indie pop. Sure, why not? Woo! all of this music is it's copyright free. So you and I are both listening to the same thing. I always thought it's mean when streamers, you know, only stream the copyright free music, but they themselves are listening to another playlist. I'll look here, for example. Things from the little hairs got colored. Should be black. Guessing here. Well, it should be transparent. And here too. We have more skin? Yes, this part. The way I usually do my layers is like starting top to bottom. As if it was like an elevator. Right? So my first layer, most of the time, is the hair. Well, the very first one is the iris. I need the iris laid down in color like this. Because if not, I feel like the character is not looking at me. Like, I need the character, whoever I'm drawing, to look at me. So I get nervous and go, oh my god, they're alive, they're judging me. I can't fail them, I can't draw them bad. I know it's a little psychotic. But it really helps me stay motivated to finish a drawing. Because, you know, afterwards, if I don't finish it, I go, oh, they're waiting for me. Their eyes are full of life. Look at me, Hector. Yes! Hi, Salise. Welcome to the chat. Literally, like, witness me. Like, you know, when I close this program, she's gonna go like, okay. She's gonna look like, I'll see you later. Please come back. And when I'm back in bed, thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm gonna think back on her and go, oh my god, I can't leave her hanging. And I have so many drawings like that. I still have to finish the Popidoru from the other day. My art trade with Roy Yamarik. He asked for our OCs to be combined together. Let's do, since the t-shirt is like black, right? Yeah. Let's do like a dark color for all of the clothes. Like I said, as a whole. And then we go in with the little details. This is also like a... I think the black should be a little bit more washed, because then we can make things like the leather belt right there a little bit darker. Da, 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 da. So in this part, right, to be able to separate darks from cloth darks, I guess, we can go darker. Look, we can also see all of the skin bits that went over, that are escaping containment. Another skin bit right here. Skin bits here. Oh yeah, we have a bunch over here. Yeah, this is also why it helps to do your colors in big chunks like this. Acá. Y creo que ya. That's surreal. Now they're in whip hell forever. No! All of your drawings, you can't leave them hanging like that. You can't do that. Oh, I drew it in the same layer, but I painted it on the same layer, but we do it. So then afterwards we go leather and things like that. Let's start with the hair, for example. All right, the accessories are also part of the clothes. So for the hair, for example, I would start with the eyebrows, and I would make a clipping mask. Well, no, the eyebrows don't really need a clipping mask. And I would start filling in the details. Right. And on top of the hair, now I draw that the eyebrows should have a different color when they're underneath. Poppy's eyebrows look like this because if I were to lift my hair right now, my cool bangs, you'd see that my eyebrows are pitch black because I am not a natural blonde. They're pitch black. That's why they look so dark even under the hair. Right, and then I would go with the roots. And it's like a little thing here. Like a funny little spider. That's how I see it. I think this one should be a little longer here. I have full spider leggies. Around here. And then it goes behind the hair. And we can color it in just with using our lasso tool, since the lines here are so thick. And we can use a thinner brush to just kind of go at it and clean it up a little. They're also roots, so I'm not gonna be too strict with how they look, because they're supposed to look messy and unkept. And once you have that, you can even... This one too. You can play a little bit and let's see if we can add something like this to show the roots coming inside. Inside the hair. I don't like it. I prefer how they look thick like that. And then we go with the red hair. Keeping everything separate like this will also help us in our shading part. It's a very special secret that I'm gonna let you get in on it. In this part, for example, it bleeds down to the clothes and I don't want to redo the edges there. So I'm just gonna click select the layer and draw the red parts that meet with the clothes down here. So I don't have to worry about my edges again. Oh, it's the same with the face. So let's do it again. Color it. This part, for example, on top of the skin. And then we just go with our eraser. And erase everything that shouldn't be red. Like here, here, and here. This part here. Making sure to color everything. Yeah, and there we go. That's the details for the hair. For the skin, I have to draw the white freckles. White freckles. Like that. The white freckles are supposed to be like when you fry shrimp and it becomes like funny and a little glossy. Like how the shell starts to look. Oh, hello, Livy! Welcome, welcome! I look like their thumbnails in CSP, like the one picture of the whale. No, all of your whips. They're trying to guilt trip you. What other thing we have with the skin? With the skin, we also have the blush, but I usually do that till the end. Oh, we have the gloves dark part, but I think that's gonna make that part of the clothes. Oh yeah, and we also have the nails. So the gloves, this part should be part of the clothes. Now that I think about it, a good way to differentiate, like, what's a part of the body, what can be considered part of the body, and what can be considered clothes. It's not, it's if you're naked, you still have it. And that's it. That's what you, that's just the easy way for you to separate your big base color chunks. Here, for example, we missed a little bit of the black. I also, yeah, we needed to erase a little bit of skin from here. Okay, so we also have the nails. I think the nails should be dark too. I think they should be darker even, so that they really pop out. Again, I don't want to have to redo my limits here, so I'm just gonna click, select, click. Or just use the lasso tool, honestly. Clean it up a little. Here too. Lasso tool. Lasso tool. Really proud of my sketches, but none of my friends are responded. I need the glaze. You're so good at freaking good at art. Thank you so much. I try. It's a lot of practice. It's a lot. I've been in drawing seriously for 10 years. So all of this took me 10 years. I see so many talented people that are way younger than me, and I look at them and I go, at their age, my little shrimplings are so much more talented than what I ever was at their age. I need the glaze. Share it in the shrimp tank. Sharing in the shrimp tank. Come join the shrimp tank. We have a cool art community. Well, our artists, and if not, I'll glaze you. I'll glaze you. I'll glaze all my little shrimplings. What other thing is dark? I guess the leather from the bracelets would also be darker than the shirts. You've come a long way. Share them in the shrimp tank. Okay. I'll look at them in a little bit. Yeah, I've really come a long way. I mean, the other day, you guys were able to see my very first DDLC drawing. You can see, right? Like, I was... I'm not gonna say my age. I almost did. I am old enough to be all of you shrimplings' older sister. My age is irrelevant. But yeah, I am gonna say, all of you are like way more talented than I ever was when I was younger, when I was your age. Just because of the fact that back then we didn't have tools like Ivy's Paint or Procreate. I think I've mentioned this before in another stream, but back in the day, back in my day, when you wanted to do digital art, but you didn't have any like drawing tablet or anything, what you had to do was use a photo editing app like Snow or something like that, and take a photo of something that's really dark or something that's really bright, and just draw on there using the brush features, which were obviously not made for It's amazing now. I know a lot of artists get a little bit too discouraged, right, by seeing so much talented youth. But to me, it's the exact opposite. I go, oh my god, everyone is able to learn, everyone is able to create and to draw and know if they like it, you know, before dedicating your entire life into it. It's amazing. I think it's awesome. I am very, very happy that we all can have the as long as you have a phone, you or you know, you have the ability to do art without needing to buy, you know, expensive traditional supplies like watercolors and things like that. I had my watercolors, I had my favorite pastels. To me, nothing comes close to digital art in terms of how easy and how fun it is to explore and to learn everything that it has to offer. It's insane, absolutely insane. It makes me so happy. Wait, no, it starts with pink. Oh yeah, then red. And then pink again, and then red here. And then another red, but we don't really see it. And the belt also has cool little rivets. That one I can make it differently. I'm gonna name it metal. You have to make sure that they're visible. This... I've got like 4 years under my belt. Been drawing since 15, but didn't actually start getting serious about it until late 16, 17. Been sharing my sketches alongside that super baby fruit of labor image. New favorite picture for the night. Thank you so much for sharing them. Yeah, no, it's oh, wait, let me look it up. Shrimp tank, art whip. Oh wow! Oh wow! Those are really good. Let me know if I can share them on stream. These are awesome. The smoke in the first one, and then all of the anatomy in the second one. It looks really good, Kira. Really good. Done drawing alongside the stream. Ain't done yet, but I can't wait to share it. Also, thanks stream for being part of the journey. Glad to also be part of yours. Thank you so much, Fritz. Thank you so much for sharing it as well. I love seeing artists. I think that's it. I just love seeing artists and art and talk about it and, you know, share tips and show each other's like sketches and stuff without being like mean. I've been in so many art communities before. Not any that I am right now, but growing up while I was still learning to do digital art, when I got my first tablet and everything. There were so many art communities that were very mean-spirited. Back then, we didn't have to worry about, you know, using AI or anything. So sometimes, for good or for bad, it was really obvious when someone would trace, right? The coloring just wouldn't match the line quality, or the line quality wouldn't match the anatomy, things like that. And I found myself so surrounded by mean artists who all they did, in my opinion, was call out people who were learning, right? And shame them into never sharing anything again. I've seen that happen so many times, and it really breaks my heart a lot to see it happening, right? Like, I don't understand people who go and shame people like that are clearly learning artists because they're tracing or anything. All that's gonna do is make them feel ashamed for even trying, you know? I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I'd never do that. Like, and doing it publicly also to like shame them publicly and everything. Nah, man, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's too much mean-spiritism. The whole point is that we all lift each other up and we become better and we learn together, right? Not which one of us is better than the other. I don't understand it. I'm trying to see what am I missing. Oh yeah, the face. Oh, and the accessories here. Do the star, I think, be slightly brighter. Yeah. And then the shrimp. The shrimp hair clip. Super shiny shrimp hair clip. And we also do the face. Totally can. The second one is my beloved daughter Ashley. Okay, let's see. Let's check out Kiranuki's sketches. Let me download them here. What? Okay, that didn't work. So I'm just gonna share them like this. This is... No, I do have to. I'll take a screenshot. No, yeah, take a screenshot. Screenshot number 1 for sketch number 1. And screenshot number 2 for sketch number 2. So these are Kiranuki's sketches that they wanted to share with us tonight. This looks amazing. I really like the smoke. And in this one, the musculature is really well done as well. I've always been a wuss to draw muscle. I think these look really good. Let me move the second one a little bit over here. Yeah, there. These look really good, Kira. Thank you so much for sharing them in the shrimp tank. What? My screenshot of everyone showing shrimp in the chat for when I'm feeling down. These look absolutely awesome, Kira. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks, LOL. Having some fun doodling along the stream. Shirt mine and Poppy fan art. On where? On where? Avid, I wanna see. Oh my god! This is so cute! Ah! I need to keep this. I immediately every time somebody draws me, I have a folder named Poppy fan art. And I name it by so and so, by the person. That's how I share it. This is too cute. Thank you so much, Neru. Let's show it on stream. Show it on stream. Where did it go? Sort by date. Yeah, there we go. Look at this! The little menace! This is too cute! Thank you so much, Neru. Thank you so much. The little gremlin, the little menace. That's me. That's me. Right there. That's me. I downloaded the Poppy ref just today. Okay, thank you. I'm very excited. Da Gremling with the German accent is totally necessary. Thank you so much, Neru. Thank you so you guys have no idea how much I treasure all of the fanarts that I have. Thank you so much. Like I said, it's I've been in too many art communities where there's like so mean-spirited, and what I want to create here with you shrimps is a cool space for all of us to learn, to share our drawings, right? To get each other, to know how hard it is to actually put ourselves out there through our drawings, through what we like, you know, just making that really obvious is just really difficult for any artist. And I want to really create something special here with you. Thank you so much for being here. For being here with me, for sharing your art. I am so happy, and I'm enjoying it so much. We've had what, two weeks, about to be three weeks all together, right? And look at all the cool things that we already are that we've already been able to do together. It's the song kind of fits. It's absolutely insane to me. You have no idea how happy it makes me. Thank you so much for being here. I missed the first couple streams, Pain. It's okay, don't worry. The bots are there. I mean, cuff. if you're really curious and you want to see them. We've been having a lot of fun together. I think they're... If you ask me, obviously, I'm gonna say you should totally watch them. you should totally watch them. We've had a lot of fun here in the shrimp tank so far, and I hope that we can have so much many more fun days together as we grow and we expand. The shrimp virus. My cracking doesn't like my glove. The shrimp virus has to spread. The shrimp life. The word of the shrimp life. Be laid back. Don't shower. Hunch a lot. I think I'm gonna add that to the shrimp being shrimp what, like, slogan message. That's what it means for me to be here with you guys, being shrimp. So here we have our base colors. Yay! Ideally, next I would look for a picture to put here on the shirt, right? That looks like the iPhone UI calling. You know, since this is like a collab, Madeline's gonna be wearing the shrimp because it's like I'm calling her, and I'm gonna be wearing the Fee one, or I'm also gonna do like a car one, which is like a cat. Because her OC is a cat. So I would need to look for the UI for this. I think I can find it, and if not, I'm gonna have to recreate it, which is gonna be difficult. But we'll see what I can do. For now though, I think this is a good place to end it. This is how she's looking like. Woo, so excited. She came out looking super cute. And I haven't drawn her in so long. I was worried that she was not gonna look like me, like myself, but she does, and I'm very happy. Little by little. I can't wait to show you all how it looks in the end. When Madeline also does her part, I'm very excited. Shrimp and Fee. She looks cute. Thank you. You did great this stream. Good work on the art so far. Thank you so much. I also have, I don't know if you guys would be interested in also watching. I have like more art piled up on the back burner. I am working on a drawing. I shared it on the shrimp tank, so maybe I think it'll also be good to stream it. I want to show it here in the stream as well. It's the Dokis as the Oran High School Host Club, but you know, Doki Doki High School Hostess Club. You can very faintly see it there. Doki High School Hostess Club. If you haven't watched that anime, watch it. It's like iconic. You have to watch it. It's a rom-com though. If you're not into romantic comedies, maybe you're not gonna like it. So far, Monica and Sayori. And I'm still gonna do Yuri and Natsuki. And of course, and as an added bonus, because last time I drew him was like a year ago, I'm gonna add the MC as well. If you haven't watched the anime, the main plot is that a girl by mistake breaks a vase in her very expensive school. that she was accepted to from a scholarship. But she's very androgynous looking. She breaks a vase from the host club, which is a club where other girl students go to release their tensions, like, and just hang out with cool guys. And anyway, Haruhi, the main character, goes on and breaks a vase that belonged to the host club, and they force her to cross-dress to quote-unquote work to repay the vase. Hijinks ensue, like most anime. So yes, you bet that me adding MC here is definitely gonna have him in a dress, because that's the whole point of the anime, the cross-dressing. But yeah, I'm really liking how it's turning out so far. These are the uniforms that they have in the anime for the girls. Obviously, Sayori, I gave her Mr. Cow. There's a character in the original anime with a cute little pink bunny plushie. So I immediately thought of Sayori and Mr. Cow. And then Monica is the cool leader of the club, all suave and the most popular, right? And we have Yuri, which is the bookworm, the smart one, the calm one. And Natsuki, for Natsuki, you know, funnily enough, you see how like certain like maid cafes and stuff have like a mean girl? But for Natsuki, I went a different direction. Even though she is a tsundere in real life, and maybe a little bit in the hostess club, I think should be the type to be really competitive, right? Especially since she loves like manga and things like that. I feel like Natsuki would take a hostess club like this really seriously, and she would really try her best to live up to the expectation. She would probably also act like an ojo-sama, which is like a princess, right? Like, oh, of course you came to see me. I am the best one here. But, you know, a little bit more confident than her tsundere self. It's like a tsundere that masks it, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm very excited to draw it, and I think I'm also gonna stream it. I just wanted to show you guys what I had so far. This is without their line art. They look really creepy. And you can see the thing about the eyes. I already drew the color in, so it looks like they're looking at me, waiting for me to finish them. Especially Sayori. Sayori's really excited for me to finish her. So yeah, I'll also be streaming this one for sure. And this one you'll see finished right as soon as I finish it, and then Madeline finishes her part. Thank you so much, my little shrimps. Let's see, the next thing on the stream. Let me get the stream for this week. There we go. The next thing for the stream we have on Thursday at 5 p.m. again, like same time that this stream began. We have our very first community day! Woo! Shrimp Community Day! I wanted to write Shrimp Community Day, but I couldn't because it was too long for my format. We're gonna be playing Gartic Phone. For whoever who can't join, I'm also gonna be streaming it. And because of that, I'm only gonna give the code to people who become verified shrimp in the Shrimp Tank Discord. You know, it's just that you read the rules and you promise to behave. You promise to be a good shrimpling. ¿Pa cuándo el bingo bailable? El bingo, las sillas locas, las sillas musicales. I just break the dance. Where are my dances? Where are my dances? Here we are. We're getting ready for Gartic Phone. So excited. So excited. Get pumped. Get pumped. We're gonna have so much fun. Let's have a lot of fun together, shrimplings. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break the house down. Woo! All together. I can also do this. Check this out. Where is it? Yeah. This one's apparently cute, but it's just me holding my arms up. I still need to play more with these. What do you mean I just start shaking? I really need to work on those toggles for cool parts in the Gartic Phone. I promise I'll get them ready. I'll get them ready for Thursday. So you have to come. You have to come and play or watch us play Gartic Phone. Sacando los prohibidos, a huevo. Getting out the forbidden dances. Ubu. Ubu, ubu, ubu. Well, thank you so much again for joining Shrimplings. Gmod dance Poppy way. I'm gonna do it like the triple back dance. But it's just gonna be me. I need more people. I need all of you to have a 3D model. Also, I have a bunch of updates on the Tomodachi Life Island. If you want to be part of the Shrimp Bay Island, you have to drop your OC reference in the gaming Discord. In the gaming channel, sorry, in the Discord. And tell me things about your gender. Who do you want to be attracted to? If not, I'm gonna make you bisexual by default. And your birthday. Yeah, I'm missing a bunch of birthdays. So if you guys want to retroactively go and tell me when your OC birthdays are, I'd really appreciate it. Where's the backflick command? No backflick yet. We'll work on that. Throw shrimp command. This actually has a... Warudo actually has a thing where you guys can like throw things at me. But I think it only works for Twitch. I'll research it. I'll research all of this for Thursday, so you better come. Thank you so much for joining again. I will see you all on Thursday. Same channel, same time, 5 p.m. Don't forget on Saturday, we also have a really cool interview with Mr. Wensito. Wensito, I see you in chat. So excited for that one too. Thank you so much for joining the stream. And remember to stay shrimp. Punch a lot. Stay laid back. Sleep a lot. And don't shower. That's what being a shrimp is. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye. Stay shrimp.